Okay, so gone for a sort of bit of a talk show sort of vibe. Outside the new stadium here, which is a constant reminder we're not going to be going in there for a while. Sad to see. But anyway, I'm joined here with George. What's up? I don't know why I did that. And a new guest, first time on the channel. Yes. We're joined by Michy. Yes. Yeah, I got it right.
My guy, got it right. Michy, yes. Glad to be here, bro.
Yeah, give him his Instagram and his videos a watch. He does some very banging music videos. You know, I remember the one at Bayern Munich. I think was the first one I saw.
Yeah, and since then just been firing them out, bro. Since then, just been firing them out. People just want them more and more. So I just, you know what I mean, give it to the fans. We're all one anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? As Spurs fans, so you know, my frustration is, you know, everyone's frustration. Do you know what I mean? And my happiness is everyone's happiness. Yeah. So yeah, man, just excited.
No, I like that voice of the people. But anyway, haven't gone through my phone. Still awaiting the news of Gareth Bale. But you'd like to think it's all done. Just waiting for, you know, this banging announcement video. We'll start with you, Michy. How are you feeling with Gareth Bale joining?
I'm gassed. Like, he's come home, bro. You know the World Cup when they were like, yeah, he's coming home. Bale has come home, and I'm just glad to see what happens from here and the effect it has on the team, and clearly it's had a great effect on the fans. So excited, man, excited. I'm happy. Yeah.
Good, exciting times. George, how do you feel like this is going to impact attacking-wise? You know, think about it. You could be having Kane, Bale, Son. Inject that.
Oh my goodness, that is honestly the fact that it could be multiple things as well. You could have a front three of Son, Kane, Bale. You could have a front three of Son, Kane, Bergwijn, and then Bale in the number 10 as well. Like, we got options, and that is just pace. That is power, that is goals, that is skills, it's got everything. And honestly, I think that it's just going to be really, really, really exciting to watch Spurs again, because I know a lot of people obviously slating Mourinho, maybe for his style of play, maybe too defensive, or maybe we're playing fine, but we're just not getting the goals in the end. I think having someone like Bale can finally provide that magic again, and we might actually start enjoying watching the performances and not slating how the players are doing.
Yeah, feels like it's kind of a new era back now, because you know, we thought this era was done and dusted. You know, Bale gone to Madrid, dealing with these 7 players where only 2 of them were good, Eriksen and Chadley. But yeah, those times are over. But it's come back. It's a bit of a weird one, really. No, I mean, you when you first heard the news, I guess you weren't expecting it to be true.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, like this happens every couple years. You know, Bale this, Bale that. That he's coming back. Like, rumours here and there, and it just got to a point where, like, you know, me and George were talking about it. Like, it just became a Twitter frenzy at one point, and you just got caught up in it, and then it was for real. And it doesn't really surprise me, but obviously because of, I think Mourinho has, in terms of in the boardroom, his influence. But you know, I was after being a bit skeptical, I was like, like, come on, bro, let's just get this done and dusted, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? So very happy. I've seen the videos obviously from yesterday when he came through, and all the fans, like, it's lifted the mood so much. It's like, we're going in now this season with a different energy. Obviously, we played our first couple of matches, but we're going in with a different energy now, and it's exactly what we need, bro.
Yeah. You say Mourinho influence. I definitely feel like this is a Mourinho factor. You know, like, no insult to our past manager Pochettino, but you know, we got rid of Pochettino. We've got Mourinho in. It's a process, but it's clear after Everton, Mourinho just went into the man's office saying, you give me those players right now.
Definitely took his kids hostage and said, you know what, you are getting me Bale, Reguilon, I don't care, Ings, Ronaldo, you are getting me whoever it takes to win something this year, all right? Otherwise, I'm out, you're finished. That's exactly what he said to him.
Yeah, let's touch up on that, actually, because obviously, you know, this last week or so, or 5 days or whatever, it's been really, really happy days for Tottenham. But before that, it was the complete opposite. Everton, you know. I want to touch on this because I had this sort of argument with my housemate the other day, because even with Plovdiv as well, although from what I was able to see, because I'm still waiting for that tenner, you know, buffering, back soon, all that. I'll leave my sort code and bank details all in the description below. I want my tenner back.
Hey, maybe it was just a hint at Bale. Maybe they did it on purpose just to say something. It was just a hint, so someone's back soon. Forget the football. You don't want to see this. 2 red cards, goals. You want to see that. Back soon, Bale's back. That's all that matters.
But anyway, we need to look at this because obviously it's clear Mourinho has got these players because someone has finally spoken up on this, saying that this team is not good enough. Other people are feeling that, with just the signings of Doherty and Højbjerg, we fixed it up. It's quite clear it's not quite the case, especially when you see that partnership between Højbjerg and Winks, who is playing that game, It's gonna get you worried. In my opinion, I feel like we need to get another midfielder. Obviously, we're all gonna agree or disagree with that, but I just want to know. My first question really is because obviously, and I'm going to start with you, George, because you were optimistic, thinking this team would get top 4. Yeah. Do you think if Bale and Reguilon are out the equation, they're not coming to us? Would you still think that?
The thing is, initially, this was before the games, before the season started, I predicted top 4. I think it would be between us and United for 4th spot, and I said a Europa League win is what I thought we could do. Because on paper, with the new signings and the team we had, I think it was definitely good enough to challenge for it. Problem is, Everton game was disastrous. Plovdiv was saved by 2 red cards, nearly 3, and 75 minutes before we could even score. So I think it would have been a massive struggle. And I don't think we would have made top 4 if we just kept the signings we had. But I'm gassed that we're actually probably getting Bale and Reguilon, and then we're still in for a centre-back and a striker. Because I think, personally, centre-back's a huge issue right now. Because I think Mourinho loves Dyer. I think he sees him as his new John Terry, like that kind of guy.
I'd say it's just Portuguese bias.
Or that too, yeah. Potentially that. They're probably just chatting in the background at lunches all the time and making like teacher's pet or something. But I don't think he's personally good enough, at least yet, because he's still transitioning from DM to centre-back. And I think Toby, amazing in the restart, but again, we'll have to wait and see how he performs this season. And I think Sanchez, still very young, a lot of potential, but also has mistakes in him. So I think if we could get a quality centre-back to replace Vertonghen that can get into the first team, that will solve a lot of issues defensively for us.
Michy, off camera we were talking about, the struggles as a Tottenham fan going on Twitter, negativity or bantering us, this, that, the other. And there's often a division between other Tottenham fans saying this team is good enough, this team is not good enough. My question for you really is, do you think it's now got to the point where, hence the signings that are coming, it's because it's indefensible to say that this squad is good enough to have picked up from what Pochettino left behind?
Yeah, I think especially with the signings we've had recently, I think we can definitely make up for what's been lost. For what we've actually gone through, like the past season, and I feel like in a sense we came up short because we didn't get Champions League. I think with the squad we have now, with the signings we just made, I feel like we're definitely contending. For those, for that qualification, if not trophies as well, man. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing for Spurs from right now.
My question though is, if it was not Bale and Reguilon coming, and would you say it's indefensible to actually say like this team can actually make top 4 or not?
I agree with George, man. I think like the way we're going at the moment, without these signings we've just made, I don't think we'd be able to hold up. I think we would have been struggling 100%. Unless Mourinho just gave us a talking to, and the players just stepped up. But I wouldn't have seen it happening, if I'm being honest. But
Okay, so we've established now that these signings are the ones we've been screaming out for, and if it does go wrong, you cannot blame. Nobody can blame the board anymore because the board have done their thing. Yep. Having said that, I still think, because for me personally, I like to be a perfectionist and feel like a transfer window needs to be done 100%. Hence why we need centre-back and a striker, and in my opinion, another creative midfielder, but that's subjective. But yeah, as I said, it's all down to Mourinho now. And, I feel confident that Mourinho is going to get the best out of this situation. Let's move on now to our next game now, Southampton. Now, Southampton have played... Right, so they played Crystal Palace and lost 1-0. They got this new guy, Isa, who is he's an absolute baller, this guy. Southampton have lost... Yeah, I was meant to focus on Southampton. So Southampton lost to Palace. They lost to Brentford in the Championship. Yeah, that was it. Mixed up there. So they lost to them, and now they're going to be playing us. We we did struggle against them essentially last season. You know, I mean, they got Danny Ings as their striker, who we're meant to be linked with. I don't know if it's still on. I think we should go for him. How, with the way, without these key players starting for us, you know, how do you honestly feel this game is going to go? Because let's face it, if I got to be honest, it's going to be the same team that played against Everton, struggled against Plovdiv. How are you feeling about this game coming up?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, like I said, we haven't got any of our like exciting signings playing, but just to see the progression from our last match, I want to see what effect it's had on the team, and whether that's actually going to show in this match, because it will be interesting to see, you know, how the players are playing after, you know, these two big signings that we've done. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Everyone's have to step their game up, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
One of our main issues has definitely been set pieces. Yeah. They've got James Ward-Prowse. He scored a free kick against us as well.
We were there.
Yeah, we were. What do you feel like needs to be prioritised for this game? Do we need to be better defensively, so to hold off those to hold off those types of goals that we concede, the set pieces, or do we need to step up our attack more and maybe, I don't know, start the likes of Bergwijn, or what do you think?
I think it needs to be a little bit of a mixture of both, because defensively, at the moment, he seems to love starting Dyer, and for me, I don't know if it's really the one right now. And I think it's a lot of issues have, like you said, come from set pieces, when realistically players like Toby, Sanchez and Dyer should all be able to deal with balls being crossed in to the box. So that's definitely one area we need to work on massively, since they are very good at set pieces, like you said, with Ward-Prowse. And not only that, obviously they've got Danny Ings up front, who's in my opinion an absolute baller, and I would love to see him at Spurs as our second striker. So I think we really have to be wary of that, because they punished us last season massively because of that. So I think that's got to be a huge factor in tomorrow's game, or Sunday's game. But I do also think we need to be able to be a bit more creative going forward and actually give Kane the space to be able to shoot, because he's been fairly ineffective these first two games, because a lot of the times I think teams just really know how to defend against him well now. A lot of teams know how to defend, and they just kind of crowd really centrally, and if you don't give Kane the space to be able to turn and shoot or whatever, then he's not going to get the goals, because at the end of the day, if he has that space, if he's in that pocket, he's bagging a goal regardless. So I think if they defend really well and stop him, we're going to have to then start thinking differently. Maybe we'll have to channel Son through Kyle Walker-Peters, because Easy absolutely ruined Kyle Walker-Peters' career with a couple of stepovers. So if we can have a bit more creativity like that going forward, that would be huge. But no, I think we need to work on both 100%.
You see, you say this that need to do a bit of both. They keep on reading Kane, this, that, the other. Would do you think it might just occur to ourselves that we might be the easiest team to read for an opposition pre-match?
I think we used to be. Well, and in fact, I think we probably are, in a sense, before these two new signings in Mourinho Bale, because I was saying this beforehand off camera, we only really have one move when it comes to attack, because we've got Ben Davies at left back, who's not great going attacking, so he will always drop and be a third centre back, and it will either be Aurier last season or this season will be Doherty bombing forward on the right wing, and you're expecting crosses from either one of those. So it seems to be very, very one-dimensional now, so I think we are really easy to read in that sense. But I think the sooner we can get Reguilon, especially in the team,
what a player!
Because what a player he is. Smashed Wolves, United and Inter to win the Europa League. Very young as well, but he's actually extremely good attacking and going forward, being able to score, assist, everything. So I think that creates two amazing outlets out wide, which will change the game massively for us, 100%.
Listen, it's a big thing for me, someone who's half Spanish myself and used to seeing Spanish players play for those Muppets down the road. But now we've got our own Spaniard, hopefully. You know, not a disappointment like Soldado, he won't be. Llorente stepped his game up last minute. I think I'm gonna wrap this up now with some score predictions. So we'll start with you, Michy. Score prediction
Tomorrow,
yeah.
I say 2-1 to us. 2-1. Late goal.
Goal scorers.
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna say 2-1. I don't want to say I'm just gonna say 2-1.
Right. Yeah. That's fair enough. George.
Oh, you know me. I'm always so optimistic. And
Irritatingly optimistic.
I always come out with like a. I always come out like I do a positive. Like 4-0, easy, calm, easy game of my life. So normally I would say something like 3-0, 3-1. But no, I think honestly, I think a 1-0.
1-0.
I think it's just about a 1-0. I think we're gonna secure the win.
See, these two results. You don't want to say you're negative, but you're being realist about it.
I need an all or nothing season 2 so I can see the Mourinho mentality again, just to boost my confidence. Because when I was watching that series the whole time, I was just sitting there in my seat like, I'm ready. Get me on the pitch. Where's my boots? I'm ready to go. So I need to just watch one of those again, and I'll come out saying 5-0 again. So.
Well, that's the predictions. My prediction, I think, is going to be. Oh man, I don't want to be negative on camera. I'm probably going to say 1-0 as well, because Southampton. I don't know. They can be. I think Southampton were unlucky at one point, because I think their keeper made a very good save after Zaha blasted it. I think so. For me, I think it's going to be.
Both out of form at the moment.
Yeah.
Really, in the first couple of games. So both out of form. So I think we just need to. Edge them on that one.
It is the start of the season. So, but the thing is, if you want to challenge for the title, which we won't, you can't really lose first games of the season.
You have to.
I'm gonna say a 1-0 win. But guys, thank you so much for coming onto the channel. Subscribe to their channels, check out his tunes, absolute banging tunes, and get George to 100k subscribers.
Hey.